Yes. So till yesterday, we have discussed various kinds of distributions, random variables, discrete random variable, we have seen uniform discrete random variable, binomial distribution random variable, and random variable with the Poisson distribution. And in the continuous random variable case, we have seen uniform continuous random variable. Now today we are going to see one of the major category of the random variables, and it has plenty of applications and uses, and it comes in many areas. Okay, that is what we call the normal distribution of a random variable. A random variable, let me write it. This is what this is. Distribution. What this normal distribution means: a continuous random variable with the probability mass function. A continuous random variable with the probability mass function given by a continuous random variable with the probability density function. Okay. Density function f suffix x of x is equal to 1 upon sigma times square root of 2 integral from -infinity to infinity e to the power -1/2 times x minus mu sigma square dx for -infinity is less than x is less than is called normal random variable. Normal random variable. Parameters mu that can be belongs to -infinity to infinity. It can be any real number, and another parameter, that is sigma, which should be a non-negative real number. Two parameters. Okay. Now a continuous random variable with the probability density function given by this one is said to be a normal random variable, and in this case, of course, we will prove, but however, I will give here for this random variable the mean mu. Mean means basically in the basic notation, mean means the expected value of the random variable x. In this case, it is given to be mu, and the variance of the random variable x is given sigma square. The parameters sigma, basically they give us, one is mu gives us the mean of the random variable, and sigma square gives us the variance of the random variable. Okay. Now, whatever the corresponding distribution is called, normal distribution. This is the probability density function. So we will be having the corresponding distribution function will be there, right? So what is that one? That is f at x is given by probability of the random variable x will not exceed x. So that is okay. And of course, what is this one? It is basically the function is which is given as. Sorry, I have written here. This should not be the case. Yeah, it is a multiplication only. It is the multiplication. 1 upon sigma times root 2 pi times exponential e to the power minus 1 by 2 times x minus mu upon sigma whole square. I have written the probability distribution. Okay. So this will be equal to what? This will be equal to minus infinity to x fx x. That is 1 upon sigma is a parameter, square root of 2 pi is a scalar, integral from minus infinity to x. What is this fx? While writing this one, we already have, this is a scalar. Let's take an outside, e to the power minus 1 by 2 times, maybe in terms of y is just an integrating variable only. Y minus mu upon sigma whole square d. Okay. So if you look at the graph of this density curve, if you look at the graph, something called mu, these graphs are very well known and they are called, generally they are known as well-shaped curves. Generally they are known as well-shaped curves. So what actually here we'll have, what actually we'll be having here, mu, as we have already known, mu is already we know normal density curve or the probability density curve. Okay, mu is actually the point at which we can balance the entire curve. Since it is a probability density curve, may I know what will happen here? The first one is what will be the integral from minus infinity to infinity 1 upon sigma times root 2 pi times e to the power minus 1 by 2 times x minus mu upon sigma whole square dx. May I know what will be the, it is given, it is a probability density function and hence the integral value should be equal to 1. What is that integral value geometrically? It is the area under the curve above the x-axis. Okay. Now, based on this one, this will imply, and what is the mean? Mean is actually the point at which we can divide, we can balance the entire curve. Or mean is the point in the case of uniform, in the case of continuous random variable. Mu is the point at which the entire area under the density curve will be made into half. So that is, this side area will be 1 by 2 and this side area will be 1. Then only you can balance it, right? Okay. So obviously, so minus infinity to mu, simply right, fx x dx will be equal to integral from mu to infinity fx x dx will be equal to 1 by 2. That actually make the entire area into 2 equal parts. Okay. So now this is the mu. Now what about the variance? Here what actually the variance gives us. Suppose if sigma is equal to, suppose if the sigma variance sigma square is equal to maybe some 4, and let me use another curve. Maybe sigma square is equal to 9. Yes. Okay. Sigma square is equal to 4 means, so this is the probability density curve. Assume that for both of them we will assume mu is the same thing. This is corresponds to the This corresponds to the sigma square is equal to 4. Okay, and what actually this okay no, yes, sigma square is equal to 9. This is corresponds to the sigma square is equal to 9. Okay, and sigma square is equal to 4 means what will happen actually here? This is corresponds to the sigma square is equal to 4. When the variance is less, the data, the maximum available data is near to the mean, but you can see it here. So between any two bounds, okay. Now, when the sigma square is equal to 4, the area is bigger. Look at here. And when sigma square is equal to 9, the area is less. Which means the maximum probability happens when sigma square is equal to 4, which basically gives us the maximum successful events are happening near to the mean. But when the variance is 9, what is happening? It is little far. Okay, the data has been spread. Look at the shape of the curve. Here it is, the slope is very high. And here the slope is here not that much high for sigma square is equal to 9 case. Okay. So as you decrease the variance, what will happen? The curves will become closer and closer to as you decrease the variance, what will happen? The probability density curve is like this. Okay, it will be closer to the mean. Means the maximum successful events are happening towards the near to the mean. Okay. Now here the difficult thing is when we use this function by looking at the probability density function itself, we feel that so many calculations might be required to solve any problem related to this, and that too with different parameters mu and sigma. So whenever if you would like to evaluate what is something called some probability cumulative distribution function, so you may need to do a lot of calculations. Okay, but there is something with the help of which we can make it easier. That is, when there is something called standard. Okay, before that, let me finish it here. Okay, so whenever if any random variable with the probability density function is said to be the normal random variable, and we will say that x follows the normal distribution with the parameters mu and sigma square. Remember the parameter here it is, though we will call sigma is the mention, but while writing it is the sigma square. It gives the variance. Remember, it is a standard notation. Okay. This is the representation. X follows the normal distribution with the parameters mu and sigma square. First parameter is the mean and the second parameter is the variance. Okay. Now, what is the standard normal variable? Standard normal distribution. Standard normal distribution means it is also a normal variable. A normal random variable z with mean as 0 and variance as 1 is called standard normal random variable. Okay. Standard normal random variable. Okay. So in this case, what will happen? What will happen to the probability density function? In this case, f, the random variable now it is capital Z. Let me write in terms of Z. So it will be 1 upon sigma square is 1, so sigma is also 1. So square root of 2 times e to the power minus 1 by 2 times x minus mu, x minus 0 upon sigma. Sigma is 1. So basically it will be simply what? Z square. It is simply Z square. And for minus infinity is less than Z is less than infinity. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of this one? As I said, if you draw the graph of the normal standard normal variable, how it will be? The mean is 0, means the entire curve can be balanced at the origin. Okay. So this is the normal variable with the parameter 0 and the variance is 1. Okay. Now, yeah, fine. That is fine. Okay. Now, using the same properties, what we will get actually here? What we will get here? What we know that the probability of minus infinity is less than the standard normal variable z is less than infinity, that is given to be from minus infinity to infinity f z of z dz will be equal to 1. Means the area under the entire curve. Even though it is a standard normal variable, but still the area, the complete probability should be equal to 1, right? And as the 0 is the mean, what we'll be having probability from minus infinity is less than standard normal variable z is less than 0, less than or equal to also. Why? Because in the continuous random variable case, the point mass formations are will be 0, which is further equal to probability of 0 is less than or equal to standard normal variable z is less than infinity is equal to 1 by 2. So the area from minus infinity to this part, this entire thing will be 1 by 2, and the area from 0 to the positive side. So this is also will be 1 by 2. Okay. Not only that one, in fact, you can see it here, the standard normal variable function is an even function. The standard normal random variable, not random variable, the density function. Density function is an even function. Even function means you already know it, right? Even function means g of minus x is equal to g of x. That is basically symmetry about the x is equal to 0. Here, it is z is equal to 0, right? So fz of minus z because of the square is same as f of plus z. So that is an even function. So when it is an even function, there are some more things that we can figure it out. For example, you look at this one. So now I am just discussing only about the standard normal variable. Okay, this is g. Suppose now this is z, and this is its minus z line. Now, suppose if I consider from here to here, what is this one? It is the probability that minus infinity is less than standard normal variable z is less than minus z. And what about this one? It is the probability that z is less than the standard normal variable z is less than infinity, provided here z is a positive number. Z is a positive number. What is the relationship between this one and this one? Can anyone explain? Can anyone tell me the answer? What is the relation? What is the relation between this value and this value? And f is given to be an even function. Any idea?
Sir, they are equal.
They are equal. They are equal. It is only the matter of substituting in the distribution, cumulative distribution. That is, I will evaluate for this function. What is this one? It is actually given to be integral from minus infinity to infinity 1 upon root 2 pi times e to the power minus 1 by 2 times z square dz. Okay, it is minus infinity to minus z only, right? So it is not this one. Yeah, this one will be minus z. Here there might be a confusion. Let me rewrite the integrating variable. Integrating variable I am representing some another one. So maybe use let me use y square dy. Now what you do? You replace y is equal to some minus t. Then what we will have? What we will get? We will get integral from z to infinity 1 upon root 2 pi times e to the power minus 1 by 2 times t square times dt. Generally, we will get limits are from infinity to positive infinity to positive z. But whereas in the dy, we will get minus dt. So limits will be introduced. So now you can see this. So these two things are. So whenever we know this value, we can also say this value also. It's a symmetry, right? The regions are symmetry. And one more thing. Okay. Now probability. Now let me draw the graph in each and every case so that you will have a better understanding while when you are re-looking into the notes. That is the now again the second one. So this is 0 standard normal variable again. I'm not writing again and again. Okay. So we have something called this is the mean. Okay. And again same thing minus z and plus. Okay. Z is a positive number. Now the first thing what I'm evaluating, it is from minus z is less than capital Z is less than plus z. And what about this value? And on the other side, I'm evaluating probability from 0 is less than capital Z is less than Z. You understood, right? Here, what actually we are calculating? We are calculating this entire area from minus infinity to Z. Minus infinity to Z. This entire thing we are calculating. Okay. Now on the second side, here we are calculating only this one. Now you tell me what is the relationship between these two? Can anyone tell me what is the relationship between these two? Can anyone tell me what is the relationship between these two values?
So it will be half of.
Yeah. So basically, the entire thing is basically it is twice the area of the shaded region in green color, right? So this is also. So whenever we want to evaluate these quantities, this and from minus z to z, it is enough to have the value from the here to here, which actually reduces number of calculations. In fact, let me tell you, we are not going to evaluate any integral. All the values are will be given in a table. Okay, I will show the table also. Okay, and the second one, and the next one more property. One more property. It is also the similar graph only again. For example, okay, for example, now, okay. For example, now what I'm doing, Z is a positive number, and of course, 0 is a 0 is the mean. Now, I would like to find out what is probability of minus infinity is less than capital Z is less than small z. So basically, what I'm interested in the value under the curve, this entire value, right? This entire value. Okay, fine. Now I will write one more quantity and let us see who will. Probability of 0 is less than capital Z is less than Z. What is the relation between these two values? What is this one? It is from 0 to Z only, but it is from minus infinity to Z. What is the relationship between these two? If you understood what is 0, then it will be clear. Anyone? Why response from the class? Not even for a one question. Only very vainly or 2 or 3 people only responding. What is the value? Everything it is no mathematics, only it is simple.
Sir, the difference is 1 by 2, sir.
The difference is 1 by 2, or else we can say it as, right? So 1 by 2. Why? Because this area is already 1 by 2. Why? Because 0 is the mean, there is no need to evaluate this quantity. And remember, Z is a positive number. Remember, Z is a positive number. Okay. On the other side, suppose if I want, on the other side, it can also be written as from minus infinity to Z, it can also be written as this is further equal to. Now you let us see who. What is this one? The probability in this area. What is this one from here to here? Now, what is the relationship between these two? Any idea? What is the relationship between? This is what? This is the from minus infinity to Z. Okay. And what is this one? From Z to plus infinity. What should be the value? What should be the sum of these two regions? What is the sum of these two regions? 1, right? So obviously, what it will be? It is 1 minus probability of Z is less than capital Z is less than. And let me tell you, if you do not understand these formulas, these techniques, so the problems on the normal distribution will be very tough. You won't get it, how the values are coming. You will not get any idea. Okay. So this is very much important, particularly for the case of standard normal variable. Okay. But standard normal variable is a very particular, like mean is 0 and variance is 1. But is it every time it should have any practical data, whether it is always mean can be 0? Assume that the random variable is following the normal distribution. The mean need not be 0 always. Even if it is 0, variance need not be 1 always. And what is the advantage of the standard normal variable? That is, any random variable, any normal random variable can be transformed to standard normal random variable. Suppose if you know X is a random variable with the parameters, with the mean mu and the variance sigma square, then what we can do it can be transformed to a standard normal variable. Standard normal variable means mean is 0 and the variance is 1. But what is the transformation that we should understand? What is that transformation? By means of the new random variable z to be capital X minus mu upon sigma. Capital X minus mu upon sigma. What is capital X? Capital X is a function. What is mu? Consider mu as a constant function. And what about sigma? Sigma, it is a division. Okay, just it is a multiple of, it is a x minus mu. This is a function. This is also a function. So subtract and then divide with the scalar sigma. Divide with the scalar sigma. Now, what actually, how this is happening? How this will happen? Okay. So since x follows the normal variable, x is a normal random variable with the parameters this one, implies what is the probability density function is given to be is given to be 1 upon okay. Random variable, then the probability of capital X is less than or equal to X. See this one, where X is any real number. So by the definition, it is from Y runs from minus infinity to infinity. Y runs from minus infinity to infinity. According to the definition, it is sigma times square root of 2 pi times e to the power minus 1 by 2 times y minus mu upon sigma square dy. Since it is less than x only, so value upper limit is not infinity, it is x. Now, if you use this transformation, what will happen? Now, use the transformation, z is equal to y minus mu upon sigma. What will happen to this one? So dz is equal to 1 upon sigma times dy. Mu is a fixed scalar, so that it is 0. And what about the limits? Limits will be z runs from minus infinity to x minus mu upon sigma 1 upon sigma times square root of 2 pi times e to the power minus 1 by 2. This entire thing is now z square, and dy means sigma times dz. Suppose if you fix x naught is a real number, and we can call this as some z naught. So this will be what? This will be probability from z runs from minus infinity to z naught. Now this sigma and sigma will get cancelled. 1 upon square root of e to the power minus 1 by 2 times z square dz. What is this one actually? It is the probability of the random variable, standard normal variable z is less than z. So what basically we have started with, it is probability of capital X is less than x naught is same as, finally what we have obtained, z is less than z naught, where the random variable capital Z is defined as capital X minus mu upon sigma, and of course Z naught means x naught minus mu upon sigma. So whenever if there is any practical problem where we have a random variable, random variable with a normal distribution, which is having the mean mu and the variance sigma square, with the help of this transformation, we will transform the given normal random variable to standard normal variable, and we will work with the standard normal variable, and whatever the answers we will get, that is exactly same here also. Okay. So in this, using this technique, any normal random variable with whatever the mean, whatever the variance, can always be transformed to standard normal variable, which means the mean is 0 and the variance is 1. Working with the standard normal variable will become easy. Why? Because mean is not changing and variance is not changing. Mean and variance, they are fixed for the standard normal. Okay. I hope it is you understood this. So geometrically, what will happen? Geometrically also, let us see. Okay. So geometrically, what will happen? Suppose assume that this is the x density curve corresponding to the normal random variable x follows with the mean mu and the variance sigma square. This is mean mu and variance is sigma square. Now, with the help of the transformation, that is capital Z is equal to x minus mu upon sigma, what will happen? Okay, you understood the meaning, okay, right? So the mean will be transformed to 0, right? It is the standard normal variable Z with the mean this one. And not only that one, suppose what we have seen, suppose if x naught is any real number and the area here, okay, will be equal to what about the corresponding Z naught? X naught will be transformed to Z naught, remember, okay. So in this case, what will happen? The entire area remains the same thing. Okay. So now the question is, are we going to evaluate the integrals for the standard normal variable? No, that is also no. What actually we are going to have? We are going to have a list of values given in a tabular form, and we will use the table to solve the problems based on the normal random variable. For example, before that, let me have some examples. Just searching for the it is called the statistical tables, and the statistical tables are actually already uploaded in the Teams. Okay, so just a minute, I will search where it is. And these tables, this idea will be continued for the next unit also. Remember that. So let me first share the screen so that you will understand how to check this one actually, the statistical tables. Okay. For example, let me share the screen. Okay. I think now all of you can see the screen with a table of values. It is a normal table. Okay. And the values in this table actually gives only the values corresponds to the right side of the mean of the standard normal variable, that is 0. Capital Z is the standard normal variable here. 0 is the mean obviously, and Z is any real number that is positive real number. So all these values gives the areas from the 0 mean to the positive real number. So with the help of this one, any questions can be. For example, how to see this table? The small z value. The small z value is, suppose if it is 0, that is 0 only. And if the small z value is in the vertical, in the first column, we have the values like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, like this one, up to starting from 0 to up to 3.8 we have here. And on the first row, if you see, we have 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, and so on up to 0.09. Okay. For example, if someone asks what is the value, of 0.01, probability 0 is less than, Z is less than 0.01. Okay, then we need to check here. This is 0. We need 0.01, so we need to compute. So it is actually, suppose this value, what is this 0.1293? This value actually gives us for the value, for the real value Z, that is 0.3 plus 0.03. So that is 0.33. And it is 0.34. It is 0.35. And what about this value here? It is 0.9 plus 0.05. So that is 0.95 value. This is what? This is. Okay. As you go below, as the values 3.6 increase, the standard normal variable, as you can see it here, for 0.8, sorry, 3.8, and what is the last decimal point in the second place? 0.09. So that is 3.89. The value is 0.49999. It is approximately equal to what? It is approximately equal to 0.5. Why it is 0.5? Approximately 0.5. Okay. So the value on the right hand side, from the 0, it should give 1/2, right? So that is because it is 0. Okay. Hope you understood how to get the values from the normal table. Now we will see. I hope all of you can see this normal table from the file section. You can download it. Now, yes, tell me.
Sir, for normal standard normal distribution, the mean should be 0, no sir. So yes. I should get the probability 0.5 near 0, no sir. Why am I getting it near 3.8?
Yeah, that is what I'm telling. It is not the point probability. It is the from 0 to Z. You understood? Do you understand?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
0 to Z, the values. So it gives you the areas, not on the left and right side of the mean. It gives only the table gives the values of the areas, regions, which is on the right side of the 0.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now let us brother, can you see the screen? The board. Okay. Now you see this example, what is given and what we need to evaluate. First, let us understand the question. The question here is given as, suppose that the current measurements in a strip of wire are assumed to follow a normal distribution with a mean of 10 milliamperes and a variance of 4 square milliamperes. What is the probability that a measurement exceeds 13 milliamperes? So basically we have something, suppose let me assume that we have something, a strip of wire. So assume that this is the strip of wire. Okay. So we are measuring the current. So what actually it happens? The first thing is the current measurement follows a normal distribution. So first thing in the we should identify what should be the random variable. In this case, what should be the random variable? Let X be the random variable defined or gives us defined as current measurement. Current measurement on the given strip of wire. Okay. Now it is given to be X follows normal distribution with the mean mu and variance sigma square. That is, mean is given as 10 mu and variance is given as 4. Mu value is 10, variance is 4. It is already given, right? So mean is 4. Suppose let us assume that we represent this is the 4. Okay. Now what is the what we need to find out? What is the probability that a measurement exceeds 13 milliamperes? That is what we need to identify. Can anyone tell me what we have to find out basically now? Can anyone please?
Probability of X greater than 30.
We should evaluate probability of X exceeds 30. Right? Exceeds 30. If you go actual the integration formula, our life will be very difficult. Okay. Why? Because X is not the standard normal variable first thing. Even though if it is standard normal variable also, evaluating these integrals will be late, it will take a lot of time. Okay. So in each and every problem, once you identify the random variable, once you know what is the mean and the variance, immediate thing you should do transformation. This is the standard. As we will know that this follows the normal distribution with the mean 0 and the variance 1. Now this is given as x0. This is equal to x0. Now what is our z0? Z0 will be using the same formula. X is greater than or equal to 13. Okay. X is greater than or equal to x0 implies X minus mu divided by sigma is bigger than x0 minus mu divided by sigma. Right? What is this one? It is nothing but the standard normal variable. Bigger than what is this one? It is basically it is z0. That is x0 is 13 minus mean is 10 upon standard deviation sigma is 2. Right? So 13 minus 10, 3 upon 2. So it is 1.5. So what basically we need to evaluate? Basically we need to evaluate this quantity. X is bigger than 30. But with the using this transformation, this is equal to what? It is same as the using standard normal variable Z with the point 1.5. So geometrically, if you see what we have to evaluate, this is the mean and 1.5, this is a positive quantity, so 1.5. So assume that this is the normal curve, standard normal curve. Now what we need to find out? Z bigger than 1.5. So basically we need to evaluate the area under this region area under this region, right? From here to here. Okay. Now the question is, anyway, we are not going to evaluate direct use with the by evaluating the integrals. We are going to use the statistical tables only. But how? If you look at if you understood the table gives only the areas starting from 0 and ending at some point, is that not? Have you seen that one? In the beginning itself, it is written something like this. Probability of the standard normal variable z bigger than the mean and less than some finite number, positive number z. So with the using the table, we will not get this value directly. We will not get what is this area, this region directly. But what we will get, this area we will get from table. Now, what is the relationship between this value and this value? What is the relationship between this value and this value? From the 0 to infinity, it should be 1 by 2. This value is 1 by 2 minus probability of 0 is less than, the standard normal variable is less than 1.5. That is 1 by 2 minus, or let me make it more clear, 0.5 minus. What is this value? Can anyone see the table and tell me? That's all. The problem is over. Once you get the value from the table, the problem is over. You can go for lunch. Whether you get the table from the file section. Okay, anyway, you see the table later. So I will write here, it is 0.3531. So whatever you subtract it, so whatever the value it is there, so that is the probability that the temperature of the wire exceeds 13 milliamps. Okay, this is the value from the table. Okay, what we need to find out? Oh, sorry, it is not the value, it is 1.5, right? Okay, I thought it is 0.1. Yeah, I made it wrong. 1.5. 1.5 means 0.4332. I made it wrong. It is 0.4332. So that's all. So 8, 6, 6, 5, 0. Right? So that's all. So you can see the number of exercises in the test books. So you solve maximum possible, and first you experience, you practice how to get the values. You practice how to get the values. Okay. In fact, the data is same, but here itself I can ask many questions here. Now, what is the probability that here itself I can ask the data, everything is same. Here also, what I can ask, what is the probability that the temperature lies between 8 and 12. What is the probability that the temperature falls between 8 and 12. So basically, in this case, what we need to evaluate? Probability of 8 is less than x is less than 12. But we are not going to work with the normal random variable. We are going to work with the standard normal variable only. So this will be equal to probability 8 minus 10 upon 2 less than x minus 10 upon 2 less than 12 minus 10 upon 2. That is probability. This is what? Minus 2 upon 2. So that is minus 1 is less than x minus 10 upon 2. So this is nothing but the standard normal variable is less than 1. So it is an even function, minus 1 to 1, a to a, minus 10 to minus 10. So it can be written as 2 times probability of 0 is less than capital Z is less than 1. So that is 2 times. Can anyone say this value from the table? 0 is less than, Z is less than 1. It is 0.3413. So that is 0.6826. That is the probability. You can see it. You can feel that one also. What is the probability? Probability is more than half actually. What actually it is? Why? Because if you look at the range 8 and 12, what is the mean? Mean is 10. 10 is in between this 8 and 10. So the maximum probability will occur in the domains where mean is a part of it. Okay. So that's all about this unit. There is one concept called moment generating functions. I will record the section and I will send to you. From the next week onwards, we are going to start another unit, that is statistic. Okay. So you practice many questions based on this binomial, all the distributions we have seen in this unit. Okay. And if you have any doubts, you are most welcome. Thank you. If you have no doubts now, we will close the session.